Should we look at the Beidou tier list in a little bit more detail? I'm down. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Okay, so first of all, Cyno C1 tier 0.5 sounds wrong. That sounds very wrong. Yeah, we can take a look at the changelog, actually, sure. So new arrivals. Odette, added to tier 0. Alyosha C2 in 1.5. Alyosha C6 in 0.5. I don't think the C2 placement is right. I think C6 makes sense. C2 should probably be lower than that. C2 Crowd Traveler in 0.5 and in on-field DPS and damage support. Okay. I mean, that I also think is not true. I think that should be 0, but... Okay, tier list changes. Sandrone to tier 0 with Odette's release. Sandrone's Premium Stellar Conduct team becomes a new damage output ceiling at our standards, elevating her to a top tier DPS. Flynn's to tier 0.5. Flynn's is the weakest of the 3 lunar carries, and with the incoming Stellar meta, we have decided that he no longer meets the cutoff point for tier 0. Fair enough, I guess. Wriothesley from 1.5 to 0.5. With Odette's release, Wriothesley no longer has a dead slot in his team, although his premium team's damage output is some of the highest in the game compared to Sandrone, who fulfills the exact same slot as him. He falls short in terms of personal damage, team building flexibility, and gameplay. Therefore, we believe he warrants a placement of tier 0.5 instead of tier 0. I guess that's fair, actually. Wriothesley specifically does have some more challenges in terms of team building, but, like, I don't know. It's, like, fine, sure. Cyno, tier 0.5 as well, with Odette's release. Cyno no longer has that slot. Oh, they don't feel the need to justify him not being in tier 0, as no one cares about Cyno. That's what they're saying. This is a direct quote from Beidou. Nobody cares about Cyno. That's what they said. It's true. Right here. White on dark gray. No one cares about Cyno. I didn't say it. Yumeglorp glorp. Tier 3 to tier 0.5. Mizukin 7.0 is now a DPS due to Cyro Swirl with very simple gameplay and very accessible teammate options. This is C1 Yumeglorp glorp that they're using, because she's not in the selector yet. It assumes +1 for standard, +1 for selector. That's probably reasonable. Mualani went down with a release, with 7.0 releases and the Stellar meta. Mualani's in-game performance no longer cuts it for tier 0.5 when compared to the spectacular other options, so we have decided to drop her ranking to be more in line with the characters closer to her performance level. Her expert tag will no longer signal a drop in ranking, but is kept to inform players of her difficulty. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that Mualani without an expert tag is like tier 2. So I think that the expert tag still should indicate a drop in ranking. We also have to keep in mind that this is assuming C2 Mona, right? With C4 Mona, I think that Mualani does deserve 0.5. With C2, I think it's a lot more up in the air. That's kind of... That's reasonable, though. Razor to tier 2. Yeah, fair enough. Aoife up. Aoife was slightly underrated in the original ranking, and its performance as a driver in Benefa is much closer to the characters in tier 2 than his peers in tier 3. That's fair enough. I think I said that, right? Like, Aoife looked like he was too low for... if you're gonna have a driver tag on him. Ning, same thing. I also said that. And Hexerite... Okay, that seems a little cope, though. They watched a reaction. I mean, they did. Like, I know some of the people that work with Beidou were literally in chat when we were yapping about it. So, like... Anyways, Keqing went down. Fair enough. Dori was changed to on-field DPS. I mean, sure. Yai up to tier 0. Completely fair. Durin down. Although Durin is a very strong generalist, he is typically the less important option in his teams and does not have many high-ranking teams he can be a part of, especially with the new Stellar meta leading to his drop in ranking. I think they could drop him one more, but whatever. Fischl, tier 0.5. Up. Yeah, fair enough. Fischl was originally undervalued in the ranking, despite her strong performance in Hexerite teams and synergistic importance for Overload teams. She's also an adequate alternative to Inefa for Lunar Charge teams and Yai and Stellar Conduct teams. For Inefa and Lunar Charge, sure. For Yai and Stellar, I don't know about that one. That one's pushing it a little bit. Beidou up to 1.5, fair enough. Barbara down, okay, sure. Kaeya down, no. I mean, sure. Where is Rosaria, actually? Because Kaeya was put in... Yeah, okay. I don't think that's true. Like, Kaeya's app is kind of just better than Rosaria's in all the teams that want to use Mel right now. Arlecchino with Rosaria is fucking miserable. And Arlecchino with Kaeya is completely fine. And Mauika with Kaeya can get one more meld, so it makes up for the crit changes. So I think they should be next to one another, but whatever. Thoma went up. Yeah, I guess they went tier 3 to equalize Burgeon to Bloom stuff. Sure, fair enough. Mona went up to tier 0. We've decided to push Mona to tier 0 with an expert tag, considering her C2, right? Because it was at C1 in the first one. And strengthen a wide variety of vape teams with proper gameplay to fit damage windows into her buff up times and execute her full normal attack strings, potentially shieldless. Completely fair. Bennett to tier 0.5 went down, although he reigned supreme for the majority of Genshin's lifetime. I mean, yeah, this is very reasonable. Qiqi went up. With the rise of the stellar meta, Qiqi is now a cornerstone support for some of the best teams in the game. I think this is Omega cope, personally. I think this is just completely cope. Like, here it's like a byproduct of her like being brought up by just the power of the teams as a whole. C2 Qiqi is still better than C6 Alyosha. It is not. What the fuck are you yapping about? Aino went up? Fucking hell. Okay. We're not there yet. Let's go back. Let's go back. I mean, okay. This is like how much you value the like sub-premium alternatives when they like don't really provide anything meaningful to the teams, but they are technically part of the team. Dude, I feel like there's no fucking way you can justify Qiqi above tier 1. Like, I can accept Qiqi tier 1. I think it's high, personally. But, like, sure. There aren't that many options for these teams. Qiqi is a very functional option for these teams. It works. Fair enough. But, like, tier 0.5 is Apex, right? That's where Cryo MC is. That's where Fischl is. But sure, let's not compare it to that. That's where Eat Lua is. That's where Prune is. That's where Bennett is. That's where... Like, how? You said in your Pridwin video that Aino should be higher. Did I? I think I changed my mind on that. You did? Damn. I think I rage baited Nick too hard. So I got confused. But yeah. Who are we looking at? We're looking at Qiqi. I don't know. I feel like if Qiqi is in tier 0.5 because she's like an adequate option for lunar teams, or sorry, for stellar teams, then Goro C6 needs to be there too. And they have Goro C6 2 full tiers below, right? Or not 1, 2 full tiers below. I guess 2 half tiers below, so it is 1, but you get the point. Qiqi works for more teams than Goro. I mean, she works for Stellar Conduct and what? The illusion of more teams. It's not more teams. It's the same team with a different on-fielder. But it's still the same team. Mauika. Yeah, no, let's not delude ourselves, please. It does function, but you're not happy to do it. Yeah, I feel like, unironically, the reason why Qiqi's here is because she feels newer and shinier. Because, like, to me, it doesn't make sense for Qiqi to be here. I mean, fuck, Farazan's in tier 1? Yumeglorp is out now. How did Farazan not move? They forgore. Yeah, I think they might have actually forgore. No, but yeah, I don't think this is warranted at all. Xilonen went down. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Aino went up. I don't know. Aino's weird because like she's not even that much better than fucking like Barbara on Sac Frag in lunar teams. Like she just does so little. Right? You know, people shit talk Alyosha C6, right? Oh, it's only the on-field character. It's on, you know, they nerfed him. It's only like 50% attack, 40 stellar, and 100 EM. Aino is 35 lunar and 80 EM and no attack, and that's it. And that's it. And it's also only to the on-fielder, and that's it. I don't know. It's like, anyways, characters like Aino are always weird to evaluate. Like, how much value do you give to, well, is technically an option in this good team? I don't know. Sure. I feel like you could make an argument for her between tier 1 and tier, like, 3. And all of those could be reasonable. Anyways, Nahida. Nahida is the next best flex option for Nefer after Sucrose. And still a great option for Nilou, Spread, and any Dendro team that wants a lot of Dendros. Our ranking has been adjusted. I guess. I don't know. Same thing as Aino, I guess. Sure. Kazuha down to 1.5. Yep, warranted. Diona up to 1.5. I think this is still very... I mean, I don't think 1.5 is necessarily too low, but she should be in the same tier as Qiqi. Like, they're very similar. I really don't get why there's a fucking 2-tier difference between Diona and Qiqi. Like, how can Diona be below Aino when the numbers she gives are bigger, the teams she's a part of are better, the, like, downgrade to Diona from the next best alternative is much smaller? Like, literally every single aspect of it is better. Qiqi heals, Diona heals too, and shields. Too long of a burst cooldown? That's not a problem. Your rotations are less than 20, or about 20 seconds anyways. I think Diona is definitely too low. Jahoda. For Aino, it's only her and Columbina. For Diona, there's like 10 characters with similar results. Then put Qiqi down too. Anyways, Jahoda was previously undervalued despite her strength as a secret side grade for Lunar Team. Like, how is Jahoda below Aino? Aino is a massive downgrade to the team. Jahoda is a side grade to the team. How is Jahoda below? That doesn't make any sense at all. Do you play Jahoda over Sucrose? Do you play Aino over Columbina? I play Aino because I have two lunar teams. I mean, sure. When you intentionally pull for teams that have overlap between the units they want to use, you'll have to use alternatives. Yeah. But, like, if someone pulled for, like, Mualani and Flynn's, and they got Jahoda C6, you bet they're using Jahoda and Flynn's team. Actually, no, because they're just benching Mualani. But still. Still, you know? Still. Anyways, like, again, it's not that I don't think Aino can be argued in Tier 1. It's that a lot of the characters surrounding her seem like they should be higher if her placement is higher as well. Anyways. Kuki went down, sure. Charlotte went up. And they also added the high app tag to her, which I think is very reasonable. Dehya went up. Okay, sure, I guess that doesn't... sure. Dahlia went up to Tier 3. I am still very confused as to what goes through someone's mind when they put Shenhe in Tier 1.5 and Dahlia in Tier 3. When they're basically equivalent to one another, and both of them are only played in that one team. I guess the argument is, if you get Sig, Dahlia becomes a lot worse. Sure. I guess. Maybe. Collei up. Sure. Lisa down. Sure. Geo Traveler down. Watchlist. Nicole has questionable meta value, but remains in Tier 0. They have Watchlist twice. Oh, that's the last one, I see. But remains in Tier 0 due to her simply serving as a Bennett replacement and upgrade in almost every team they work in. I don't know about saying almost every team what they work in when Nicole is not part of fucking anyone's best in slot team other than, like, Varka, whereas Bennett actually kind of is. Like, is she good with Sandrone? She works, but she is worse than the better options. Like, this is not factually inaccurate. It's just that saying almost every team they work in is very dismissive of the fact that there's a pretty important team where that's not the case. And a lot of the teams where that is the case, Nicole is not your best option. She's just one of your options that you can use if you want. She's best for Wriothesley. Is she actually best for Wriothesley, or is Escafia better? I feel like Escafia is just better, no? We've also watchlisted every character available in the To Temper Thyself and Journey Far event, as they will not yet be ranked with this extra constellation present due to not being obtainable in 7.0. Fair enough. I think this is better than the first version. Did they rework, or did they change the description of the flexible tag? No. No, they didn't. I mean, they changed the wording from despite a lower ranking to even if they have a lower ranking, but that means the same thing. that has the exact same meaning. Talked about flexible in the changelog. Oh yeah, criteria and tags. Expert and flexible definitions have been updated to avoid confusion. Expert will now signal whether a character drops or not, depending on the tag. We also have added expert justifications to the tag dropdowns for those curious. Alright. So, tag dropdown, how do I access that? Oh, do they mean this? Maybe? Probably. Anyways, yeah, looking at, like, the overall look of it, they removed the expert tag from support Mawika. fair enough. I still think Durin is definitely too high, but this is now at the reasonable level. I also think Nicole is too high. I mean, a lot of these are like, whatever. I think when it comes to like the 4-star characters, it's never gonna be perfect, but I do feel like it's very inconsistent with like Aino being higher than Jahoda for reasons that escape me. Diona being 2 full tiers below Qiqi. I mean Qiqi, yeah.
Deuce on the loose.
Yeah.
Deuce on the loose.
Deuce on the loose.